And there's that sideways move, Eddie, that he has really been able to patent in midair.
Well, he's been forced to really put that as a part of his game because of the offensive foul. I mean, he's gotten so many offensive fouls by taking guys head on. He's just learned to adjust his body and just contort and still be able to finish. That's the key part, though. No matter how you can contort, but can you finish it?
Well, DJ Strawberry coming in here with now Marcus Banks out of the picture has done a very good job.
Yeah, he's just been effective, and I think he's sat on the bench and he's watched and he's learned and he's earned his opportunity. He really earned it in training camp by standing out big time, but the chance to play is there for him, and kudos to him. He stood out strong.
So both free throws by Stoudemire makes it 45-39. Amari with 12 points already in the ball game and 6 rebounds. And he has his idol Shaquille O'Neal sitting high up here in this ballpark watching. And I can't imagine what's going through Amari's mind. He's going to get to play with him in the not-too-distant future.
I'm sure it's like Christmas.
Christmas in February, as we're going to have a moving screen called against Grant Hill.
Yeah, see, now, what bothers me about that is, the official really bought into that. I mean, first of all, he knew that in no way in the world Grant Hill's going to knock Chris Paul down, especially because he stopped running. But Chris Paul's getting that protection.
Grant Hill now switches out on Paul. Inside it goes to West. West, big, strong move. Rebounds his own shot. Blocked by Amari. West just stayed after it. He's relentless inside.
Yeah, and then, like I said, he's extremely deceptive.
Hill on a pull-up doesn't get it to go. So the Suns find themselves up by 4. 5:30.
As they take on the Wildcats looking for redemption at McHale Center. State bragging rights on the line right here on FSN. It's the Sun Devils and the Wildcats at 12:30. Of course, it's Shaquille O'Neal night here at U.S. Airways Center. The Big Diesel introduced tomorrow on FSN Arizona. We will bring you his press conference live at 10 a.m. right here on FSN Arizona. Of course, early in the show, he was showing that signaling he wants to bring a ring to Phoenix. You might remember 15 years ago tomorrow, a young Shaquille O'Neal tore down the basket here at U.S. Airways Center. Took a long time to fix it. Be nice to see him do it in a Phoenix Suns uniform. Gary?
Yep, there he is, pointing for what he hopes is maybe a 5th championship ring.
Well, you can't deny that he doesn't know what he's talking about.
He's been there, done that, right? It's proof in the pudding. As Paul comes into the offensive end, 5.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Very well played game. 45-41, the Suns of the lead, shooting 52%. New Orleans at 43. West ducks inside. Oh, beautiful spin move to the left hand. He didn't play in the last game against the Suns here, and they still beat the Suns in that game. And West tonight already has 6 points and 4 rebounds.
Yeah, he was very tough down low. And, you have to find a way to make him catch the ball a little bit further out.
Roger Bell with the 3 ball from outside. The Suns 3 of 9 as the Suns are coming off of a big night where they were able to hit 16 threes Monday in their last win. Bell was 2 of 3 tonight after going 7 of 12 behind the line on Monday. Stojakovic, I tell you, he is something. When he hits those shots, Eddie, the net barely ripples.
And the back injury is extremely tough. And he is coming back from back surgery, and he is starting to find his groove.
He's a big difference maker for this team from a year ago. Amari had that ball blocked on the way up by Armstrong. Armstrong then comes down to the rebound. Chris Paul in the early going has 4 assists to go with his 10 points. Stojakovic putting it on the floor. Back out to Paul. The Hornets last year won only 39 games. They've already won 32 at this juncture of the season. Off to a great start. Bobby Jackson with a 3.
That really upped his confidence there, no doubt about it. And Chris Paul's one of those guys. You hit one, he's going to make sure you get another shot at it.
48 all. Diao ducks inside, finishes. And that is the kind of play that Mike D'Antoni's looking for from Forrest Diaz.
Well, and David West is not he's not known as a lockdown defender. So if he's going to stand around and try to score and abuse you have to make him pay as well.
Diaz hit 4 of 6 for 8 points. And it comes to David West. West kicks it out to Paul. They leave him wide open. And he makes him pay with another 3.
Well, he has so much confidence right now. And anytime you're being talked about as an MVP, it just elevates your game even more. And you're talking about he is at the highest concentration level you can be at. You can't allow him to get open shots.
Well, he's hit 3 of 5 behind the line here in the early going. He is the real deal. That ball deflected out by Stojakovic. Suns will have it with 9 to shoot. Barbosa's going to come back into the lineup. Grant Hill will exit. Jackson comes out. Morris Peterson replaces him. The Suns, well, the second most road victories in the NBA, only behind Orlando, as they have 17. Orlando with 19, but the Hornets are a good road team too, 16-7. They've won 8 of their last 10. Last year, Eddie, they didn't get but 15 wins all year on the road.
And again, I think their confidence level is getting better. They don't have the swagger of a team that's surprised at where they are. I think they have a lot of confidence, and it's going to help them.
And West is one of the reasons. That time couldn't get the shot to go. Good defense inside by the Suns. Steve Nash, thus far, has taken 7 shots. Hit 3, the turnover. Paul comes up with it. Paul to Peterson. And there's Paul again, and that is vintage Steve Nash, the way he did that. 10-2 run now by the Hornets. They're up by 3.
This has been a game of run.
Radjavel Stojakovic on him. Amari now. He's very good with the shot. He's really honed it, but doesn't get this one to go. One of the reasons they're so excited to move him to the power forward as he's extended his shooting range. Paul goes in. That's goaltending. But Paul again just weaving his way in, showing why everybody is raving about this third-year man from Wake Forest.
Well, you can tell that he has watched tapes of Steve Nash because he is probably the second best in the league at keeping his dribble in the paint.
And there's another steal. Paul comes up with a steal. And Paul is going to go to the hole. And all of a sudden now, the biggest lead of the game, 7 for the Hornets. 57-50. And this first half is not closing the way the Suns want it.
Yeah, Tebow, you need to rewind that back and see how quick he picked that pass off. Not many guys can pick a bounce pass off like that going laterally.
They're trying to get the ball out of Steve's hands. Dial, good look, can't get it. Tipped over, and Stojakovic comes up with it. So all of a sudden now the Hornets are starting to get some breathing room in this game.
Yeah, that's something the Suns don't want to happen. You don't want the Hornets going in at halftime feeling real good about themselves and beating the Suns without their bona fide, I think should have been an all-star, Tyson Chandler on the floor.
That's right. And this team has lost 3 in a row, and they're trying to end that in a hurry tonight. Here's West running one-hander. Shot clock expires, and right now New Orleans could do nothing wrong. Barbosa the other way, and they just could not get back in time.
And they scored that basket in 2 seconds. I mean, that is unbelievable.
Barbosa now with 9 points in the game. Well, we see it, but we still don't believe it. We see it night after night by LB. Paul with Nash on him. Nash having to work very hard on defense to stay with this guy. Stojakovic dumps it into West. West goes immediately inside. Fouled. Diao committing the foul, and West right now is just pounding it inside for this Hornets team.
Yeah, that foul is going to go on Marion. That's his 3rd. And the official right there on the spot probably could have given it to Boris Diaw, but he gives it to Amari. But the quick hands, Gary, of Chris Paul, and then the ability to use his body to shield the shot blocker to get it up and in. The Hornets lead by 7.
And tonight, that's current. Longest active streaks with 2+ blocks. Stoudemire has 2 tonight, and he leads the entire league in that department. The start of the night, he had 104 blocks, and Eddie, the entire season last year, he had only 110.
And I think it will pick up even more with the addition of Shaquille O'Neal, but I think it'll be more of a positive than it has been up to this point. I mean, there's a good block there, and the reason I say that is because the Suns, there's a reason why they're one of the top shot-blocking teams in the league, because teams always get to the rim on them.
Yeah, Eddie, let's look at this last play. They called the foul on Amari's 3rd. We thought it was Diao, but
that was all ball. That was all ball, no doubt about it, but he gets the call by coming down on top of the ball.
So Stoudemire with 3 has to sit down with 40 seconds left here in the first half. West will go to the line. David West, a very good free throw shooter, 84%. This guy's had 19+ points in 14 of the last 20 games. and already tonight has 11 points.
They don't have a huge low post presence. He is their guy, and Tyson Chandler is a cleanup player. So, you know, he has a lot of ability to roam in that paint, and then you have one of the greatest passers in the game, and Chris Paul finding you makes it easy. They
are for real. This New Orleans team is going to be right there at the end. They will be in the playoffs, and they will be a handful. 61-52. 30 seconds left in the first half. Barbosa, long three, got it. And Barbosa, Cowden to own the three-point zone. And Fulton Holmes with another $150 check to Suns Charities. That was a big three.
It really was. I mean, it's great for the Suns' psyche, and now it will add to it if they can get a stop here.
19 seconds left. Paul outside. He has 19 points in the game. Barbosa picking him up. 8 on the shot clock. Off to West. Brian Skinner trying to track him. 3 seconds. West with a left hand. With only 4.5 seconds left, he scores. Diaw almost traveled as Paul jumped out on him. Off it comes Barbosa. That will not count. And the Hornets really finished strong in this quarter.